Okay, I'm live. I'm still alive. It's been a couple of weeks. I don't know why. Big Hug Mug is with me today. Why? But I'm having a lot of lag in my video. Okay, so we're going to try anyway. Um, of course, you can text in if you want, if you happen to log in while I'm on and watching, and we can have a little chat while I coffee. Okay, coffee with clever models. Yes, I've missed a couple weeks. That's just the way it is. But all the uh, all the work I've been doing on the house is done. There's always more, of course, but all the major stuff is done. Our new floors are in, wallpapers down, painted, everything. It's all a party here at Clever Model South. That's because my brother, who is still on the south side, of course, is the Clever Models location. Anyway, it's been a good week for Clever Models as far as just stuff is concerned. Good say not. We are already, as you know, or probably know, a new freebie went up just about a week ago. It's a revision, hopefully for the better, of the of our chimney model, which is very useful. You can add it to anything, and it looks great. Uh, Brother Dave redid it. He didn't necessarily have to, but he did. He redid it because he is, as we all know, anal. in a very lovable way, but he wanted to redo it, and he did an excellent job. So go get that freebie if you haven't already. um, but as I said, that was just about a week ago, and we are already on the magic number up to about 50. I think it only says 44 on the webpage, but that's because we don't update it every single day or several times, but a day. But it is already jumping off, so I better get started on the next freebie because I have no idea what it's going to be. As far as what I'm working on, I'm still working on the same things I was working on. I've got the gas station, which is mostly done. Been working on the bridge a little bit, having a difficult time with getting my head around that. I've been working on that for years, and actually built a couple pieces, which I'll show you in a bit. But it's really a handful. So, um, that's coming. I'll probably let somebody build it in the background before I ever really show it to anybody. Anyway, I've got some great photographs, which are not up on the webpage as of yet, and there's a reason for it. Got some really great photos from Jim Gore. Thank you, Jim. Of the overhead crane model that we put out last year. Now, the reason these photos are not up is because there were substantial visual changes made to it after it was released. And since I don't necessarily have control of what exactly gets put up, the wonderful photos, I'm going to find some way to show them to you. Actually, I could show them to you on my phone. They have to get up on Clever Models because the work is just so good, even though the model looks very slightly different. I think some of the cab didn't get added, and some welding got replaced. I don't even know what, because I haven't seen the revised model. But they're really beautiful pictures and really show Jim's amazing skill. We're really fortunate to have him enjoying our stuff enough that he goes through an immense amount of effort to build these things. Anyway, actually, I'm going to see if I can find a picture on here. Why am I doing it that way? Well, because I don't know any better primarily. Um, okay, here we go. Another new, here, we're going to see if you can see this. Another new freebie is available. It's reversed. I don't know why is it backwards. So you can't really read this because it's backwards, but that's okay. Um, let's see. Let's go back a little bit, not to there. Let's clear that screen and go to my email and see if I can pick up a couple of pictures. In the meantime, oh, I got a bunch of junk here, but we've had a good week sales wise. We're already a quarter of the way to the next freebie. And so if you have any suggestions of what you want that freebie to be, you should say something. I'm going to type something in here. I don't know if anybody, probably you've given up on us over the last 2 weeks. Let's see. And it took me a while to get online this morning because my computer was not doing anything. It's not my computer, so that's part of the reason. Anyway, I guess this is all backwards. Let's see. I have some email from Kathy Millay. If you follow her, she has a very nice build page that she does. Oh, 70% off Halloween stuff. Yes, it's a day before or so before Halloween. Let's see. 10 forward, that's a Star Trek thing. I'm looking at all my stuff. I should do a search. If I could do a search. If it takes too long, we're just going to say the heck with these pictures. And that's it. Anyway, and it's going to take too long. I've got a lot of mail. Anyway, I'm going to turn around and pull a few things out. I did start building a couple of pieces of the bridge. Okay, and this is an O scale. We'll see if you can see what we're doing. It's basically just a box with a little bit of overhang. Okay, and this is really badly built. Obviously, you can cut all these out, and there are separate layers of these stringers so that you can build them up and get it dimensional. I actually don't think you need to cut all that out to make it look good. Here's another piece. This is the front brace of the bridge, right? That's goes like that, and it doesn't go like this, but we'll put it together anyway. Okay. Get general idea of the scale, the size of the O scale bridge. I think it's going to be pretty successful looking anyway, and I'm looking forward to getting it built. I'll get to it. Hey, we got a couple of what's up, man? Well, Oscar, everything is cool. It's nice to be done with the house stuff, but as I was saying, the bridge is going to interrupt. The bridge is going to look good, but it's going to be a pain. And my tests of not laser cutting it, but of die cutting it, have kind of disappeared into the ether. I think that once they got started on it, they found it so daunting that they gave up. And I haven't heard anything officially back. So I can tell you that, as I said, I'm not intending for you to cut any of those things out, and they're going to look good. Oxer B. No, I'm not doing Animation Master for stupid reasons. Animation Master, for those of you who don't know, is software that I use to generate the models that I then use an unwrapping program and to come up with these things. I'm having a strange problem where even though I am the administrator on my modeling computer, for whatever reason, it has stopped seeing that. And until I can get somebody who really knows what they're doing, Animation Master is a bit on hold. obviously, I mean, I love using that software. I've been using my time kind of exploring other software, but you know, uh, yeah, I'm still here. Uh, but yeah, I think we'll see a return to that relatively soon as things get kind of organized. As far as animation, not really doing it. Not really doing 3D animation right now. Uh, the world is flooded with kids who will do it for nothing, and I can't just do that. So, uh, you know, so I personally still use it. I use it for all the models for Clever Models, uh, but as an animator, once you do something and you do it completely, I have no goals left to try. I know that sounds bizarre and weird, but the fact is, uh, I know how to do it, and it doesn't challenge me anymore, right? So, as far as 3D animation and 3D modeling is concerned, I kind of got that down, and there's nothing exciting to try out. I am excited about the real time stuff with Unity and whatnot, uh, and want to take some time and get into that because I think there's some really interesting things can be done. But hi, Nicole. Um, and yes, and I like Peppa Pig. Uh, so, but in general, there are very few new lands to conquer there, and so I'm not doing it. Anyway, back to Clever Models. Nice talking to you, Amir. Don't disappear. Anyway, yes, Blender EV is cool as well. Anyway, what we're doing here now is, as I said, we've had a good couple of weeks. We're already a quarter of the way to the next freebie. That's pretty cool, but it's daunting as well because I have to come up with ideas. Uh, the last one, the smokestack, was obviously a redo of a model that's very, very old, and we cleaned a lot of stuff up. Of course, my brother did pages of instructions, which I just won't do. And we have differing reasons, and that's okay. I'm doing more than ever. Anyway, I will say that the gas station, which is much awaited, apparently is almost ready to go. Here's the problem. It doesn't seem like there's always a problem. Yeah. Here's the problem with the gas station model. I had planned to do two. I was going to do a modern one, modern meaning 50s, 60s, steel and a basic modern or modern-ish gas station, not a super modern gas station, but something that recognizable that you could still find around today. And I was going to do one from the early last century, 1920s and whatnot. And the problem is there are too many really good-looking designs for gas stations. What I'm finished with is something fairly traditional. Little overhang and I'll show you some pictures in a bit, a little overhang type thing, and for the cars to drive under. It will have pumps, a pump model that you can do. Don't know exactly what brand I'm going to put on there, whether it be a Sunoco station or a Texaco station or whatever. I'll probably make a choice of those, or probably some no-name station for that. Obviously, I can't do a version of every gas and oil company out there. So if you have preferences, definitely let us know what they are. But what I was getting to say is, as I finish a model, I see another one that I go, oh, that would be a great model of a gas station, and I get distracted as I explore modeling that, and so it's delaying things. And then, of course, as I get older and more forgetful, I, like many people, use my computers and my phone as my external memory. And rarely, but it happens, I misplace a model. So I know that there's a version of a gas station that's different from the one I finished recently, but it's somewhere on my computer. And because I got distracted, as I sometimes do, in the middle of a model, what happens is that it gets saved and stored someplace that I don't intend to. So it's floating in the ether, literally. I will find it eventually. I always do. A model that recently had the same problem is the new hardware store model, which is very nice. It's I think it's 3 stories because it has a big mansard roof on it. So it's 2 regular stories and then a 3rd story under the mansard roof. And it's a real nice model. And that's ready to go too. Making last minute decisions. Do I want this signage? Do I want that signage? Do I want to leave it off? Another reason these things are sometimes delayed are how I like to make distressed models. I think everybody knows that who's ever seen or talked with with me about stuff. And anyway, and so I'm battling how distressed do I make the kit. It's one of the last things I do. Certainly, I will never ever do a model that's utterly clean. Won't do that because that just doesn't happen. A brand new building has some wear on it, but I'm lightening up on some distress. I'm doing some kits, like I did with the, where is it? It's still back here. I know you're tired of seeing this, but, this is very distressed, right? So there are some structures that it's the distress that makes them interesting, and they generally going to go right up to the top of my list on things I want to model because they're interesting. And, so that's that. I will never do a clean model, but I'm trying to make the distress not get in the way of what individual builders want to do. It's a hard call because sometimes that's the character of the kit is the only thing I find all that interesting, and the only thing I'm going to want to do. So we're always, of course, I'm always interested in what people are saying and what they're looking for. And hopefully this whole coffee with clever models, I could have another cup of coffee. My addiction, that's good stuff. Good coffee. Anyway, what was I just saying? I was saying something. Yes, mansard roofs are really nice. I'm really glad to see people are writing to us live. This is very cool. It's very nice to have live viewers. And I'm absolutely going to continue and do some live builds and whatnot. What you can't see, the other side of this room, and I'm not going to show you, but it is really a mess. This is like the back bedroom, and I can kind of get out of it. I don't know if you can hear the dog barking in the background. We have 5 of them. But I will be doing some builds online. I'm going to continue to try to do this every Monday morning. It may drift to being a little later. It's almost 10 now. Maybe I'll just move it back to 9:30 or whatever. We'll see. Anyway, lots of models in development. I'm going to turn around briefly and see what's on the screen so I can see if I can show you some things that are current. And I have a very small space here. What the heck is that under my feet? Something weird under my feet. Anyhow, I'm really glad to see people jumping in. Hey, Amir, there you go. Just so you know, yes, I still have it. Greatest animation software, in my opinion, and relatively cheap. But I hope that the Hash Brothers appreciate that tag. This is interesting. Okay, and it's going to be backwards, of course. You probably can't really read it. I'm redoing a cleaner version of Habakers. Not for any real reason. I just, it bothered me uh, while our good friend at the Gypsy Trolley, John, made this original building and I did some work on it and some cleanup on it. I never really put a lot of effort into it. I just kind of took his model that he sent me and made it into our format, right? And there were some what can I say? Some variations that should have been changed or cleaned up, and I never did, right? So I'm doing it now. And I probably won't release it as a new model. It'll just replace the old model. It's not going to be different. It's just going to be better. So anyhow, I'm doing that. Let's see if I can find my mouse here. If I click over here, here we have something. This is a brand new kit. Let's see if I can pull it up. This is actually the layout, raw layout of the small gas station. I wish I could get a little closer and you can see it. Also, there's another model on here that's very, very not done and very much in question as to what I'm going to do with it. Let's see if I can get there. Yeah. And we'll try to blow it up a little and open the window a little. Okay, it's going to be, here we go, an ornate false front building. It's rather small. I'm trying to get in there. It's kind of small, but I just haven't decided what exactly I'm going to do with it. It's not weathered yet. Anyhow, my mind works in random ways, right? So this is what I'm working on right now. One of the many things, it's on my computer that next time I have a power outage, we'll probably go off into limbo again. But I did save it. Let's see if I can get a more interesting view of the gas station here. No. Okay, let's see. What model is this? Now, currently, the gas station model has 47 layers, which is not a lot, but it's pretty average when I'm working on something. Yeah, well, whatever. Simple stuff. Okay, so you can see this is the small, old, turn of the century, last century gas station. And it's coming along. At 47 layers, it's mostly done, but of course not test built. At this point, I have enough patterns so that I can at least pull basic shapes out and know they're going to work. I don't necessarily have to test them. But it's coming along well. It's a nice neutral white. I've been doing a lot of neutral colors lately. I'm sure most of you know that. Basically because I don't want to force anybody into doing a blue or a green gas station. This one's going to be white and red. We'll have red trim. We can, of course, change the colors in a relatively easy way. I did a tutorial on that some time ago. If you want to see something again, I will do it, and we will do another color thing. Right now, I'm kind of just into the neutral color thing. I think that they make, first of all, very nice looking models, and they they can easily be recolored to those who know how to do it. So I'm glad you like the gas station. Some people are chiming in that they like it. That's awesome. I like it. it's going to be really nice. It's going to have some nice pumps. It's going to probably a couple different types, real old ones, as well as some slightly more modern ones. Obviously, the more modern ones are easier to make. Uh, and the trim pieces, yeah, Paul, they're going to be very easy to change, and I'll probably put instructions on how to change the color. So they're going to be red at first, but if you wanted to go with blue or green or whatever, it's going to be very easy just to isolate those pieces and use the hue control in any graphic software you have to change them within a good range of colors. Hey, you want to suggest some colors? Go ahead. Maybe I'll put them up. I'll do it myself, and you can have what color you want. Um, so, uh, as you noticed, that other front I had, that storefront, I purposely did it in a blue because I wanted to do something different than a natural color. And I wanted to do something kind of Art Deco, but not stone. I wanted to do something in wood. We keep a lot of kits going at one time, and they, as you know, kind of get done as they get done. We're still doing at least over a dozen model kits a year, and that plus doing the freebies and whatnot. We're pretty busy. The models keep getting better and better. I think we've always put out a good model, but they're getting better and better. We're going to keep them coming as long as we're still living. And apparently some of the people here on the chat list are kind of surprised that I am. I don't know why, but I'm not that old yet. Still got it. I still got it. Very briefly, and I'm going to sign off shortly because this is just the rebirth of the Coffee with Clever Models. Do let me know what you want to see on here, because I'm pretty much making it up as I go, which is how I do everything, right? That's how I lead my life on purpose, actually. Yes, actually, Oxer B, I am still in the Chicago area, but no longer in the city of Chicago, though I do get there pretty regularly. I'm actually living in Crown Point, Indiana right now, which has a surprisingly good music scene and art scene. And not necessarily Crown Point. Well, yeah, Crown Point. The whole Northwest Indiana scene is completely cool. I was, being a Chicagoan, a North Side Chicagoan, we are rather smarmy. I was going like, oh my God, what am I going to do in Northwest Indiana? Which I moved to some years ago when I bought the Clever Models RV and needed to find a place to put it. So I was out, there. But it's actually very, very cool. You'd be surprised. It's kind of like Chicago was maybe 15, 20 years ago in some ways, and that there's a lot more small businesses out here. There is a really good art scene. There's a good really good blues music scene. I'm kind of searching more for a jazz scene since that's what I play. Yeah, some of you may or may not know this, but yes, I am a functioning. Oh, that's going to cause a problem. Hold on a second. A functioning jazz musician. And there's my fretless 5-string, right? Which, I know it's not model railroads, and you could care less, most of you, but it's one of the other passions that I do. So it's actually got a good music scene out here. Could use more jazz. Can't really get real far into the city where all the stuff was happening on a regular basis because of all the stuff that's been going on around here. And, so there are 2 or 3 jazz jams in this area, one of which I haven't been able to get to because of timing. I usually have a standing gig on that at that time, so I haven't been able to get to that open mic jam, which I could. Looking forward for Grant. He's Grant, the drum guy. Anybody know of him? If you're a musician, Grant Never. I think it's Nebergill, or I'm probably pronouncing it terrible. Sorry, Grant. But he's starting a jam session on Saturdays at his studio where he repairs and builds custom drums, and he does amazing work. If you need any drums repaired, he's your guy. He's in Homewood, Illinois. And I know, yes, I'm drifting. That's just the way it's gonna be, guys. But models and paper models are close to my heart, so they're not going anywhere. Okay, I'm going to sign off as my coffee is getting almost empty, and I have to refill it. And I will see you Monday mornings, 9:30 or so, if my computer doesn't screw up. And if you guys write to me and let me know what you want to see, and I know this one has been all over the place, but hey, I just got back to it and had a good time. But it's time for me to get on with my day and get back to building models. As you can see, I'm really busy. So tell me what you want, and we will make some more models. Yeah, 10:30 is probably better for me, but let's split the difference. Maybe it'll be somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock that we'll get these things going. Usually early in the morning on Monday is the only time I really have available. So, but don't be surprised if one shows up at Wednesday or Thursday in the middle of the evening, because it's not impossible. And while I want you to be able to count on Monday mornings, sometimes I just don't have anything really to say because I'm working on the same thing I was working on the week before. It takes a lot of time to do this. But I want to thank you for your continued support. The magic number thing has been working really good. So keep checking clevermodels.net and see what we're about. Those of you who are new and don't really know, you're going to find some cool stuff there. If you're at all into model building, it's the place to be. We're going to keep making really great stuff, okay? Because we're kind of addicted to it. Anyway, you guys have a great day. I'm going to have a great day. And we're just going to keep on going, okay? So, have some coffee. All right. See you guys later. Here we go. I'm really happy a bunch of you checked in. It was nice seeing your notes. It really makes this thing two-directional, and that's how it's supposed to be. You can talk back and forth. Yes, I will see you next week. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, just because I'm signing off now doesn't mean you can't reach me or talk to me. So do so. And let me know what you want. Let me know, is the sound okay? Is the picture okay? Other than that, it's a picture of me. Is it okay? Want to hear your comments. So I will be checking into the discussion page at clevermodels.net and let me know what's up. All right. Talk to you later. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.